finally having breasts almost makes me feel like Barbie. Who says the ideal size fits in a champagne glass? I wasn't looking for a punch bowl, but a goblet would have done just fine. The set I have now arrived in a rather roundabout way. It all started on a sunny Saturday morning in spring. As I skipped onto the island that housed the hospital, I had a grocery list running in my head. Remind me to buy fennel. The clerk behind the window looked annoyed at the dent in protocol. I can't give you the test results. There's a note here saying you have to speak with the doctor in person. Is she here now? How should I know? Of course the doctor in question is not in because it's a Saturday. Forget the fennel. Now I'm frustrated. I am not going anywhere without those test results deciphered by a doctor. A young woman doing her medical rotation has a surge of conscientiousness and goes to get the results. There's nowhere to sit down, or maybe she didn't have time to sit down. I can't remember that part. Something showed up. Let me guess. Whatever it is, it isn't good. My chest feels empty as I run the whole way to my friend Annie's house. Her boyfriend opens the door. He's a sweetheart, but this is girly stuff. Annie's in the shower, so we talk about the price of tea in China until she comes out in her bathrobe. She's all perky and wants to talk about spring. The seagulls are going nanas out there. I steer her into the kitchen, the arena of all woes. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. They told me I have to see my gynecologist within the next 2 months to look at options. Annie looks at a point beyond me and towels her hair and softly keeps repeating, oh, oh. I can feel her affection and empathy, but I want her to work magic and tell me what to do, not to panic, and that everything will be all right. She looks right at me and says, I had better schedule that yearly checkup. My gynecologist knows her stuff, but she's a little rough around the edges. You have a carcinoma in situ, which is a precancerous tumor. You can either have a double mastectomy with immediate reconstruction or radiation. If I were you, with those things, and she waves at my breasts as though to shoo away a fly, I'd go for the double mastectomy. Why wait for the other shoe to drop? Plus, radiation means daily visits for at least a month. The chance to make my educated choice will be at the office of the plastic surgeon, where an archipelago of breast implants sit on a glass-topped desk between us. I feel like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. Goodbye, Wonder Bras. The surgeon lifts what looks like Turkish delight and feels what I imagine a jellyfish would feel like, lifts it and offers it to me like a rare delicacy. If I were you, I'd go for a C cup. Men love big breasts. I narrow my eyes and glare at him. I am not going for the Jessica Rabbit look. It wouldn't even look right on my frame. I want something that looks natural. The plastic surgeon crosses his fingers, looks at me with an expression of great patience, and says, "This is your big chance." Yeah, big. I want the anatomical kind. Okay. That is an anatomical one. That is the regular one. The anatomical one also looks like Turkish delight, but that has been in the sun for too long. He says, you have a think about it. Let's take the before and after pictures. He looks down at my casual flat shoes and says, you American women, can I take a picture of your shoes? Oh, I didn't realize that you were expected to wear high heels to a doctor's office. He half smiles and he says, okay, let's just go for the full B anatomical implant. Long story short, the operation with the 2 surgeons took 5 hours. I cried the entire way to the operating room. The plastic surgeon could not understand why. Nonetheless, he was right by me before, during, and after the surgery. Before, he drew black and red marks all over my torso like a Keith Haring painting to see where the cuts would fall and lie on the tissues. Sexy in a kind of dreadful way. My colleagues, 2 women, wanted to see the unveiling at the office. They followed me into the staff bathroom. They actually crouched down to look at them from all angles. Wow, they look amazing. However, you lose all feeling. Your breasts are numb and cold to the touch. However, after the surgery, you do need a morphine drip for the pain. You know, I think that my doctor's lack of political correctness was actually a tactic to divert my attention from il brutto male, i.e. cancer. So courtesy of my new breasts, I have learned that more than what happens to you in life, it's how rounded and balanced your response to it is.